Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the GMS. Their part number R118 Ya 26D rim cylinder in a Yale Y8 keyway. A couple of factory original look-alike key blanks here. Key number is stamped on there. It's just that the camera's not going to help us too much to focus on that. Okay. Solid brass cylinder construction. This is going to feature a threaded cap on the back. The fact that it is solid brass means that you're going to get very smooth, reliable, long-term, dependable construction out of the unit. Okay, it's going to be a rim cylinder is going to be used in a variety of different applications. Auxiliary sorts of hardware will use it, such as a rim-mounted deadbolt or a night latch, where you've got to have key access from the outside. You'll have something like this on the exterior of the door, and then a surface-mounted deadbolt. You might also have an exit device that has some sort of perhaps thumb piece trim or something in that family of types of hardware that you'll have a rim cylinder. Rim cylinder are used on alarm bypasses as well. If you had an audible alarm on a door, you can bypass the alarm with a rim cylinder installed in the hardware, so you'd see it there as well. Being a rim cylinder means it's going to include the mounting plate that you'll have for the inside of the door, and then of course a couple of breakaway screws, and you can see where those notches are, as well as the lines on the tail piece. That's meant to accommodate different door thicknesses, and probably right out of the box this will handle a door every bit of 2 1/4 inch thick. So you'll be able to modify this to work on a door that's 2 1/4 for sure, all the way down to 1 3/8, with of course 1 3/4 being the most common. So you'll get the mounting plate, the 2 screws. These 2 little holes here are used for attaching the plate to the face of the door with a couple of small screws, should you want to do that. This rim cylinder doesn't include those, but some rim cylinders do, but that's why those plates are there, so that you can attach the plate to the door and not have to worry about holding the plate to the door while you bring the rim cylinder in from the backside. The 2 larger screws up top are where the screw or the bolts go through to hold it together. That hole is where the tail piece will run through, and a typical diameter of hole that you would drill through the door for a rim cylinder installation would be 1 1/4 diameter. This will also include a cylinder collar and a complementary finish. And speaking of finishes, this GMS rim cylinder is available in the satin chrome or 26D finish, along with the 10B or US 10B oil rubbed bronze finish. Okay. I'm partial to GMS cylinders because they're using a brass base material, which is significantly higher quality than other cylinders that you'll work with. You'll be grateful for spending the small amount or marginal additional money to get a cylinder made of solid brass 20 years down the road when it still works very smoothly. Or if you're a locksmith or someone who rekeys cylinders, you'll appreciate just how smooth those works when they're properly pinned. There is a description below this video giving all of the details. 1 1/8 length, that's just going to be a length of the cylinder body. It's 5-pin drilled 6. What that means is the cuts on the key are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in the cylinder at 6, it will have, in the cylinder itself, it will have 6 holes drilled vertically so that you can accommodate either the standard 5-pin key blank or a 6-pin system if you needed to, by adding the additional pieces and parts to this that you would require. 16 keyways is referred to. That means that GMS is going to be able to provide this in a variety of the stock, standard, more common keyways as well, in addition to the Yale 8. Tailpiece converts between horizontal and vertical positions. You've got that little pin that's there, and you can remove that and unthread the cap, turn that tailpiece 90 degrees, and then set it vertically, should your application call for it. But generally, you're dealing with a horizontal application. Screw-on retaining cap design, which is a modern sort of type and design for rim cylinders, and the reason that that's the case is you can, with a modified tailpiece, get yourself a lazy action to the operation of this, meaning if you had a deadbolt and you needed to turn the key, say 90 degrees, but then bring it back to vertical to pull it out, you don't want to throw and then retract the latch bolt every single time like you would with a common cylinder. That tailpiece is locked to the movement of the key itself. Well, that wouldn't work for a deadbolt. So a lazy action tailpiece, which can be purchased separately, would allow or accommodate that operation. Exact pinning specifications as original systems. That's going to mean the cuts, the pins, and the adjacency rule horizontally, and for the maximum adjacent cut specification rule in terms of the, and in addition to that, the increments between cut keys will be obeyed to the Yale standard specifications. Again, solid brass construction, accepts original pins when pinning to original key systems, so that you can use this with your existing Yale keying kit and not have to make any adjustments at all to the pins that you would use. That's really important, because if you have a Yale 8 keyway facility and you have all Yale keying equipment, the last thing you want to have to do is purchase a new tool or new pinning kit to account for differences in the decimal lengths of pins that you would use. Also, there's a reference to the finishes that are there. This is satin chrome. And then finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the GMS products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the GMS R118 Ya in a 26D keyway rim cylinder, or any other GMS product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.